we just go, boom, we're live.
Damn.
Just like that, dude. I usually put people's websites on there, but I included your Instagram and then
That's all you really need.
well, your ed across at gmail.com. So if anybody is dude, let me lower this a little bit.
You don't like the scorpion look I got going on, the Sub-Zero?
No, you're fucking looking over me, and I feel bad.
Like
for you.
Wilson from
yeah,
Home Improvement. I'm like,
yeah, Home Improvement, exactly.
well, Tim.
Tim the Tool Man. Fuck, dude. I was just thinking. I was talking to my mom earlier about the jobs that my dad used to work, and I hadn't thought about it ever. But do you ever think about like a time in your life and you remember everybody driving like that super square Sopranos, like GMC Suburban and shit?
We had that shit.
And it throws you back, and you're like remembering like the necklaces fucking people were wearing and shit. Trip out, dude.
We had a Denali at one point. And
what's the Denali look like back then?
It's a Suburban, but it's like, I remember my step aunt getting one, and my mom was like, they were going through their Sopranos phase. We were watching a lot of Sopranos.
Yeah. Was it maroon?
It was black, but theirs was maroon.
That shit's gangster.
Theirs was maroon, and my mom was like, you know what? Fuck that. We're getting a Denali too, and we're going to get leather seats.
And that shit was hard back then because you had the fucking, it was either that or you had like that weird Argyle vinyl, you know?
Yeah. And like if you were rolling in a Suburban like in the 90s, like, yeah, you had it together. Like, it's the family car.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Somebody went to college.
I feel like we've always had Suburbans growing up.
Yeah.
Like my dad still has one. He has like a 3-door Suburban.
A 3-door?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Fucking got 3 doors. Like one side is fucking smooth as
really?
Like nothing's there. Yeah.
Really? So one side you can't even get into. You have to load in from one side.
Yeah.
That shit's got to be custom. I've never heard of that before.
It's an actual model of Suburban.
Damn. Is it old school?
Yeah. It's fucking sick.
Yeah. It's I'm actually watching The Sopranos now for the first time, and I fucking love it, dude.
I would just like always hear like shit ton and cussing from my room, because I was like, as a kid, they were always like, you stay your ass in there, like don't you try to watch this Soprano shit. This is some good adult quality television.
Yeah, and you'll get there one day.
Yeah, you're just not ready to understand this shit yet.
I think it's the bada bing, dude. It's because they're always at a strip club.
That's where they worked, and like, I'm not gonna even lie, I don't know what my mom thought, like, oh, I was just gonna turn into this fucking like this wolf from the cartoon, and my fucking boners were gonna come out of my eyes. Yeah, like, oh, right in front of you, mom. I'm gonna just bone out.
Yeah,
and it was
so
just
funny.
like, come on. I was so uncomfortable when anything like that would come on. Like,
yeah.
And you would always look at me.
Yeah.
It's like,
for sure.
what the fuck? Stop looking at me.
At least stop looking at me.
Yeah. And it was just like, the only thing that was weird about that fucking show was you.
Yeah. Which my memories of you fucking Hawkeyeing
glaring
me
at me like, how does this make you feel, Eddie?
That's,
don't do this.
Don't do this. Not today. The weirdest shit ever in retrospect was for sure got to be Pepe Le Pew. That's a little rapist, dude.
He's a. I know a couple of Pepe Le Pews.
Oh, in real IRL?
They're just very persistent guys that just don't get a fucking hint. And it's just like, dude,
that's that's a weird move when you got to tell your homie like that he took an L.
It's
it's
such a mind-boggling thing that like,
make sure we're all hooked up. Keep going.
It's like always this mind-boggling like anomaly to them. They're like, what?
Yeah.
This is friendly fire. You can't say this to me.
Yeah.
Like, what? Dog, stand down.
No, but you're the guy. But you're definitely that guy. If anybody is fucking throwing a flag up in a friend group, you're that guy.
Dude, I've pulled so many fools aside, and I'm like,
you're the guy.
Chill the fuck out.
You're like the guy a company hires to like fucking sort shit out, like because management doesn't really know how to do it. You're the guy that rolls through and tells everybody that they're getting too creepy on the homegirls and they got to back up a little bit.
It's happened a few times, definitely, where I've been in situations where I'm just like, are you in denial right now that you are like not getting any type of attention from this person? Like what is going on? Like,
yeah, that's weird. I've had a friend, and since we're all boys here, I'm not going to drop any names, but my man like went outside and like texted the girl she should also join him outside, and ended up like just outside for like 2 hours, like an hour and a half, and then just like moseyed his way back into the party like it was all good, and everybody was just like, and she was showing everybody the text, and so like it was like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
It was just, the vibe was just kind of weird, and that was my first sense. I think back then that was right before 21, so alcohol started getting involved, and I think you were blind firing. You were totally blind firing at like 19. You know,
Yeah.
you were going off like the dumbest instincts because you weren't really nobody was really hammered yet or anything. You're still trying to figure it out, and that's like when the chaos ensued.
I definitely sucked at drinking.
Yeah,
I was not good at it. There's definitely a picture of us where I'm just shit faced.
And you're me and you. That was the first time I met you because I had heard your name before, and I was like, "Oh, this is Ed." Ed.
Someone made me mix alcohol that night, and I was fucking.
That's all right.
So bad.
You were fucked up, but I was definitely wearing like a fucking pea coat, dude. So I definitely had like a pea coat and leather shoes on.
Yeah, and a striped shirt of some sort.
No, it wasn't striped. It was definitely
white?
plaid. It was Crooks and Castles actually.
Oh shit!
But I had the Crooks and Castles with a pea coat on and leather shoes.
Hey, there weren't a lot of rules back then.
Somebody should have fucking pulled the flag on me.
There
and
wasn't a lot of rules back then.
What am I saying? Some creepy? No, bro. But you got on the pea coat and the leather shoes, making this look weird.
I think I used to rock. Yeah, I used to rock moccasins.
Everybody had that we found out that if you just put on a GQ looking ass jacket, all of a sudden you look like the fucking heir of Gucci. And there was a jacket phase in the group where everybody had like whatever jeans, whatever shirt, but like a fucking
banger jacket.
A jacket with the collar is like 5 feet tall.
It's a dead fox.
Yeah, it's fucking. It was
luxurious.
That was wild, dude. That was wild. Everybody had a fucking jacket. Like I had a fake leather jacket.
Hector was my favorite jacket wearer.
Hector was the original. Okay, so pretty much, I'm glad you said that. Everybody just started dressing like attempted to go Hector for a little bit.
It's hard to find things that are even like on point with Hector. Like it's like not him in general. I'm saying like if you're gonna try to find a Hector outfit, good luck, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's
like,
tough.
That's custom fit, man.
It's tough.
I've gone to some of those outdoor swap meets with that fool, and some of those pants custom fit.
Really?
Like went out of his way to look good.
Yeah, but that just goes to show, man. I mean, like Hector should only be doing Hector's thing. I mean, there was definitely a couple attempts at Hector style, but Hector's undefeated in that. But Hector still dresses like that.
Oh, Hector is still Hector.
Yeah, but and that's exactly it. It's like we all phased,
and
I say we like you were even involved in it, but I'm guilty of it. Is when I say we, I really mean fucking me. I phased in and out of that style. And it just goes to show how fucking kooky I am because Hector's still there doing the fucking thing, being who he is. And I just was like, oh, if I wear this fucking dude, the coat that I was wearing while you were throwing up, dog, was
it suede?
No, fuck no. It wasn't suede, dog. Chill out, homie. It wasn't suede. It was
the photo.
It was the photo, dog. First of all, the fucking arms are too long, okay? Because I'm tall. I got a couple inches on the legs, so I had to buy a size bigger because I wanted because I wanted the length, but I had to roll back. I had to cuff the sleeves on this coat, dude. I was cuffing the sleeves on this coat, and you would see like the shiny material underneath. It was bad. So that's demerit number one. Demerit number two is this motherfucker had an integrated belt that came with it that I would rock. It was, but it was Obey, you know. So like it was like I could get away with it because of the tag. All in all, man, it was cringy. But you know, as we get older, you gotta be honest about that kind of shit because that picture exists, you know, that story exists, and I for sure am seen in a lot of like I still got some black leather like high top dress shoes that I'll whip out every once in a while.
Really?
But, yeah, but I actually just recently, so long as we're transparent, is I switched from a large, which fit pretty tight. I used to cuff the sleeves and shit, to a double XL now. I wear double XL t-shirts. I do not wear dress shoes anymore. I wear sneakers and high socks, and the fit is just so much more comfy, dude.
As it should be.
Yeah,
I mean, I think you just get to a certain age where you're just like, am I doing too much?
Yeah.
And it's like, I should be doing more outside of what I appear to be. You know, I should really like be this person rather than just wear the clothes.
And that was exactly it. And I've said that in previous podcasts is like I spent a lot of my life in front of the mirror, dude. Like just trying to look the part, but I really wasn't any part. Like I wasn't any part. Like I looked like I was in bands, but like I wasn't the best drummer. Like I should have just been in a band practicing my fucking drums, you know, and whatever I wore was what I was wearing, you know, but like I knew that like if I dressed like I was some fucking like hardcore fucking superstar, it would make me appear better at drums when really I should just, and that was a fucking motif throughout my life. Not like I put in my work. Like I actually do play drums. I actually do things, but I posed a lot. Not
me too.
Not pose. I mean like I would appear more dedicated than I was.
Definitely me too in that sense, where I feel like I was a part of a few bands growing up, and like I was in Stand Tall for a second.
For sure.
And then it was like, I think we were in Intervals that turned into Subverter, and then the rest of that.
Oh, for sure, Subverter, dude.
And then it got recycled into, well, not recycled, but it evolved into what was Modern Color.
Yeah.
And I was only in that band for like maybe 4 months or some shit like that.
For sure.
We were practicing and stuff like that. And I sang at a couple of shows. I was fucking nervous as hell. I had no lyrics. I was just going nuts and saying what the fuck ever. And then once that was over, dude, and once that shit was over, I was just like, yeah, I did that.
Yeah, for sure.
But it was just like such a thing where like I love them and they're killing it so hard right now. It's just like
Modern Color.
Forever, man. Those guys are the shit.
They're coming on. I have 2 microphones now. They're gonna come on. Fleming and Vince.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be sick.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be cool because, like, again, one of the greatest parts about this podcast is that you finally get to sit down and like fucking just put the phones away and like talk.
Yeah,
and like catch up with everybody. Like
that's what tattooing is for me too. Like
for sure,
it's like get off your fucking phone. You're bothering me. Like,
yeah, for sure. Well, I think that anybody who's on their phone while they're getting tattooed, first of all, I'd like to ask you, what's up with people acting like tattoos don't hurt? What's up with that? Do tattoos really not help people? Cause they fucking hurt, dog, and they will always hurt. To me,
I think
my buddy Jacob covered this up for me.
I seen that,
and up here was like, okay,
it's
like,
over.
This is fucked up, dude.
I just fucking got my leg done right here by my buddy Brandon Rufino. And
shout out, Brandon.
Fuck. That shit was I was like sitting there, I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah,
like,
there's like a second where it's like pain, and then that pain gets painful. Like
it was all the way. Though.
Yeah, it's
the whole way.
Yeah, straight trench. But I actually my first session I did it in 2 sessions. And the first session I brought in the Sopranos, and like we were talking about me and you fronting. I fronted like I was watching the Sopranos the first session. I just like had it on like as Meadows applying to colleges, and me just being like
trying to keep up with it.
Just dying. I thought that I would.
You're like, what a bitch.
Yeah. I thought I had the fucking gall to fucking mosey on to this tattoo session and just watch the Sopranos like it's all good, dude. And by the end of it, dude, I was planning, shout out Jacob, and he's such a sweetheart, because he took me on his day off, and I didn't even fucking know it until I was like catching up with him.
A good tattoo artist normally will.
Yeah, well, he's just a homie, and he was doing me a favor for how much he was charging me, and I grew up playing in bands and shit around him. And I fucking was just like, everybody is like, how long is this tattoo going to take? Well, maybe you know better than I do. How long is this tattoo going to take? That's like an 11-hour, 10-hour tattoo, I think. And then, oh, bro, we knocked that down, dog. Let's knock that out, dog. Let's knock that out, bro. 5 hours in, dude, you're just exhausted. You just like are like emotional. You're spiritually drained.
Always bring snacks, like just a little something, like
I brought
trail mix,
peanut butter and jelly sandwich, banana.
Bring trail mix, like little easy things, just to pop in your mouth real quick while you're getting fucked up. Like, honestly, that shit helps. Always bring like a little thermal flask of water.
Like something to just chew on kind of deal.
Yeah, like always be prepared. Get good sleep the night before. Don't fucking
Yeah.
get all fucked up the night before.
Oh, when we were young, dude, when I got like my chest and shit, dude, I used to roll into your cheating heart like sunburnt, still drunk the night before. Yo, Bowman, tattoo me. And he used to be like, he'd be like, get out of this store, dude. Nah.
Sunburnt.
Yeah, it's not fucking chill. Dude, we got to figure out what you're going to I mean, I need to make the jump past my shoulders, but I'm looking forward to getting a tattoo from you.
Oof. They hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been told I have a light hand, but at the same time, everyone's got their
it's a paper thing for me, dude. I think I'm giving you the inside of my leg right here.
Oh, you're fucked.
Yeah. But it's got to get done, dude. Like,
when
I don't know. I hate that shit too.
The inner arm sucks. Inner arm is ugh.
It all sucks. This is what I'm trying to say is like there's no part where I'm like, man, this is exciting. This feels
I feel like people that say tattoos don't hurt are like soulless creatures. Like it's just like, and they won't talk to you. Like some people, like they'll just be hard as fuck the whole time. I've had people that are just like, nah. Like nothing, and I'm just like, dude, what the fuck? Like,
really?
And I'm not trying to hurt them, but I'm just like, this is a fatty line.
Yeah,
like, you don't give a fuck, right?
For sure. Yeah, no, Jacob's got that. He doesn't have the fucking like the gun he has is machine. Like, yeah, the machine is like a it's like sounds like it's not like a. It's not like a buzz. It's like a fucking rotating thing.
Yeah, he has I'm pretty sure he uses Dan Cubans.
Okay, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Do you have a little DK sign?
Maybe. I was like too busy like plotting my fucking death. Yeah. I was like, well, this is how I fucking die. But
I'm obviously bleeding out.
Yeah.
I feel you wiping it all up.
I'm obviously bleeding out. Yeah, it fucking hurt, man. But you know, you gotta get them because tattoos are sick, though, right?
Honestly, I couldn't feel more comfortable being tattooed. Like I feel like I always knew I wanted them, but I was just kind of like, I was a fuckboy about it for sure. Like
you were?
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
You just thought that tattoos were gonna get you all the fucking.
No, I just got dumb tattoos. Like no offense, offense, Louis Munoz, or no offense, Louis, but I love you. But like. My ideas were extremely stale, and I feel like now that I'm older, I'm like, you know what? That's a cool story.
Yeah,
that was a cool moment in time because obviously that's where my youth was. In feeling like I needed to be a part of something. You know, I feel like most kids are like that.
Yeah,
you know?
For sure, dude.
And
for sure.
I don't know. Like over time, like it just kind of, you're just kind of like. I feel like you just feel naked when you have one or two or some shit like that, and then you're like, you start to feel more comfortable in your skin, and I don't know, it was a number of things.
Especially as you get older too, like at this age too, it's like, yo, man, like if you're not on my team by now, like you were never on my team, kind of deal. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want at this point, as I get closer to 30, man, like if my tattoos still define who I am to you, my quality of character to you. Then then you're missing the fucking point here, dude.
Yeah, it's not for anyone but yourself.
Yeah, for sure. A couple questions. Number one is, dude, that's not your work on your arm.
What are you talking about?
On your right arm, that's not your work. That looks like your work. Any of those pieces.
No. This is for my buddy Geomorphine.
That rose looks like something you do.
This is my buddy Neezy. I worked with him.
Dude, you're killing it lately. Your shit looks so good. Are you stoked on your career right now? Do you see yourself?
I'm in love with it.
Do you see yourself getting fucking better and better and better?
I feel like I'm growing as an artist, but I'm definitely trying to refine what I do and trying to make it honest, trying to make it genuine.
Yeah,
and just like.
But you are though.
Yeah.
You know what's so sick though, dude, is like you are just doing your art though. It's not like even sometimes when I'm doing my freelance stuff, like I'll have to reboot it because I'm like, dude, this is just some cookie cutter Flash fucking thing that like, and then I'll start like morphing the lines. Like with that skull, that was originally like a fucking trad skull. Yeah. And I was like, no. And I'd like put away the references and I was like, what do I think a skull looks like? You know, and like then you start like pulling in the lines and your art starts like getting character, and that's what's important, man, is like, especially as an artist, is I think that the part that you want to flourish as an artist is your individualism, like where the creativity, and that's what's so cool about you is like, it's only every time you post something and I'm seeing all the likes blow up on it, it's like, it's your shit from forever ago, 10 years ago, but refined now. And it's such a cool evolution as your homie to see like not only the popularity and the notoriety of it grow, but like the execution of the art itself become more refined and harnessed. It's fucking sick, dude.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate watching your shit. The second thing I wanted to say is I think it's important now when we had no discussion about what was going to be what my cover up was going to be with Jacob.
Yeah.
I was like, I think I'm at a point where I'm like, listen, man, like, what's best. You know what you do best.
Yeah.
I would never go to the best Italian chef in the world and be like, homie,
I want pancakes.
give me some sushi.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure it'd be dank though.
Well, I'm sure it would be dank. It would be dank to have, if he was like, yo, man, I don't do sushi, but let me give you an Italian interpretation of sushi. That's cool.
The only thing I would think he'd be able to do.
Yeah, but now we're talking technicalities, and what I'm trying to say is I'm at the point with tattoos here where I think that I would just get blasted by my man's best or woman best piece.
Yeah.
Man's was figuratively speaking. I just mean my people's,
my dog.
Yeah, my best, or cat, my best. Just my people's best fucking work, because I tried to like even fake it to myself. Like, I think, and especially as an artist, and it sounds stupid, but all of the ideas that I would want tattooed, like the weird ideas where you're like, okay, like this is for this idea and it's going to be a mountain. And then inside the crystal ball is, like that shit. Like as an artist, like I should just pump that out. You know what I'm saying? And as far as tattoos, like you pump out your idea on me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just kind of in this weird spot, especially at 30 where it's, first of all, I won't get tattooed by anybody who I don't trust that process with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a big one.
I only really get tattooed by friends.
Yeah. And as you should, right? Because
I don't really go out of my way to be like, oh, like that's why I think it's fucking crazy when people are like, oh, I heard about you from so-so. I'm like, oh my God.
Dude,
and
a fucking band hit me up because of you.
Who?
To come on, La
Onda.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
The two dudes?
It's my homie Sean and Joseph.
Are they cool?
Dude, they're super cool.
They're coming on
really?
to talk about their album. I've never met them before, and they hit me up and they're like, "Hey, can we come on and talk about our album?" And I'm like,
sick.
And I was like, "Fuck, dude."
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
But you've been catching waves. Like it's like all this is blowing the hell up for you. Like I feel like you've got a whole lined up show going on. Like,
yeah,
this is a thing.
It is, but like I'm in survival mode. I quit my fucking job. And
there's
like
nothing wrong with having that flame under your fucking ass.
Yeah, cause you have it, right? But here's the thing, Ed, and I think that you can agree with me, is like it's hard for me to be like, wow, I'm catching waves because like, okay, for example, like there's some story about Kobe Bryant like waking up and shooting 900 shots or whatever before he actually plays the game. So when the game actually happens, he's fucking wet. Everything hits. It's not like, wow, I'm really playing a great game of basketball.
Are you fucking for reals?
Yeah, Kobe Bryant's a psycho. But my example is that because he's doing what he needs to do to practice the way he is, that basketball game that he's performing so well in is deserved to him. You know what I'm saying? I've never had a moment where I've been like, oh wow, this is really great. Like I've just been like onto the net, and I spoke with John Lundeen, and John Lundeen was the first one to be able to like really articulate this emotion to me, because I was like, hey man,
he's such a hardworking musician.
I was like, what's it like to fucking produce Fever 333 shit and get put up for yes, and
I did not know that,
and it got put up for a Grammy and like all this shit, and I asked him about it, and he's just like. He's like looks over that sentence and he's like, brother, like at this point I think that if it happened any other way, I think that I'd be like, there was something, and of course, yeah, I'm paraphrasing, but he said that this shit is just expected, man. Like, I wake up, I'm familiar with how far I have to drive, how many hours I've been up in front of the mixing board, how long I've done this. So when I hear people, and I'm fucking blessed to be able to say, hey, to hear friends say, wow, dude, your podcast is catching waves. I never thought I'd hear that in a million years, but I also have fucking been up until 2 a.m, like you have, tattooing, making sure one little fucking trying to figure out fucking equalizer and like reading up on fucking noise gates and shit, you know? So when it does happen, I'm it's not like, oh, thank God. It's like, okay, good. Like, we're ready. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like always.
It's like a little like coal for the fire to
keep
the engine kind of going a little bit.
And I don't really know, and I'm curious to what your take is, and like, what is your what would your end game be for tattooing? Like, at what point are you like, woo, like, we fucking did it? Because does that even exist?
I don't think so. I mean, there's the only thing that makes you woo, we did it is Instagram.
Yeah, but that's all like, but they've leveled that out, and I fucking this is my rhetoric on this podcast, is I think that's just the dopamine that they've studied, that there's dopamine being released in the brain every time you get a like. And so like, if that's the case, like, does that woo shit even exist? You know, or is it just some like fucking, is it like the heaven and hell with the pearly gates and shit like that that doesn't exist?
I worry about that shit sometimes. Like, I don't plan to blow up or do anything like that. I'm cool at that number of followers I have.
For sure.
That's fine with me. I don't give a fuck. But like,
well, what's important, dude? Like, what is life about? Like, is your life just about doing what you love every day and sustaining, making sure your lights are on and shit?
Yes.
Because if that's the case, you've made it.
Okay. Then yes, that is what made, like, honestly, it's just me being happy at the end of the day. Like, there's literally
black and white.
There's nothing really. I've tried to make so many people happy in my life, and it's just like, and people are always like, pay attention to you. And then you finally get to a point where you're like, oh man, I'm not happy. You know, it's just like everyone else around you is like, fuck yeah, I got my life together, been doing it. What are you doing? And it's like, shit, I've been neglecting myself. Yeah. And then you finally start feeding yourself some of the good shit of what you actually like. And I don't know. I get addicted to it. But at the same time, I still do seek people's happiness, because I see what tattoos do for them after they're done, and like I see how happy they are, and I'm just like, holy shit. Like,
that's different. That's you being able to see the fruits of your labor. That's not like you going out of your way to fucking,
I guess.
You know, you're like not showing up to work so that you can give some dude you're fake to a ride to the airport because you want his fucking friendship or some weird fucking shit like that, you know?
Yeah.
It's like you enjoying. I'm doing some freelance too, man. Like, I would love for these people to really be excited about their company because I made a logo and they feel like this is the first step, man. This shit's going to blow up. Everybody's felt that excitement, that entrepreneurial fucking drug rush, you know, where you're like all of a sudden picturing your ads on fucking Times Square and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I made that.
Yeah. And I mean, I want that same effect, but I don't think that's selfish. I think that that's just you enjoying the warmth of the fire you built for yourself. I feel like it's not weird.
I feel like the end game in tattooing for me is just to be not necessarily respected in my community, but it would be nice. But it's one of those things where,
wait, it would be nice. Let's pause on that. Are you not?
I don't know. Like, I don't like. It's one of those things. Like, I got friends and stuff. Like, you make friends.
My homie Jacob follows you. I asked him. I was like, dude, do you follow my friend? And yeah, because we were talking about what's the fucking guy's handle's name? I love his art too. Always Worry or Should Worry.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'm gonna be guest spotting at his shop.
Really?
Well, it's Adam Vu's shop, and
okay. I don't know the dude.
I don't know if he's with Adam or if he's with Nathan. But they're right next door to each other.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Strange Love in Heavens.
Okay. So I'm sorry, you go ahead. I'm the worst.
I'm gonna be there in 2 weeks or some shit.
For sure. So let's give that the proper plug. So Should Worry shop, fucking Ed Brescia, gonna be there in 2 weeks, throwing down his bangers. Now the reason I brought you up is because I loved it because I saw a piece on 3rd Street Tattoo in Hermosa while I was getting my leg amputated. I was like, yo, what is that? And it was just like, it was for Johnny Two Thirds memorial, or not memorial because he's still alive, but he got into a car accident benefit, and they were selling art, and the money was going to his medical bills. He got into a motorcycle accident, but it was like a yellow piece. It was like yellow background, but like in Should style. I don't know his name. And it was like a snake that came around the right side, and then like a sailor with like a broken arm on the left side. And it was like super, you know how his stuff is like kind of
beautiful.
But it's awkward and like really thin lines, and it's almost like Sergeant Pepper-esque, if that makes sense.
No, I definitely feel
it's got like an old Beatles like bad hallucinogenic dream vibe. It's
I like this color palette.
Yeah, I love it, dude. So, and I brought you up. I was like, you know what's so cool? Because I found him on. I'm pointing because that's where I was getting tattooed, and that's where his piece was.
I was like, what's over there?
And that's where his piece was. And I had mentioned, I said, dude, I'm on this dude's Instagram, and what's so cool is that all of this guy's work looks the same, and I love that. I love brand. I love the art of branding. You know what I'm saying? Not like the textbook word, like where business is involved and fucking, like color palettes and this and that, but I love the theory of branding. Yeah, where the consistency and line weight and subject matter. And I was like, dude, you know who else is really good at like branding is Ed Brescia. And he was like, oh, I follow that dude. And we were talking about how all of your work looks like it's your work, and to bring it back, and then I'll get off your nuts, is what's so cool about seeing your work being refined is it's never going to lose like it's fucking, I don't know, whatever it is. It's like this it's not chicken scratch because it's way more harnessed in than that, but it's like
it's whips. Spicy whips.
It's spicy whips, dude.
Yeah.
I like that shit a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm amped. And I'm stoked to one day have a fucking piece that I get to fucking look at. I'm gonna get a Should Worry piece and an Ed Brescia piece. Now, do you have like a tattoo artist name, or do you just want to be known as like Ed Brescia?
What do you mean?
Do you have like our cool, like Ed Across the Street? Is that how you would sign your shit? Mm-hmm. Ed Across the Street. So you are Ed Across the Street.
Yep.
That was my question.
Definitely.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, a lot of people recently have been appreciating it a little bit more, and I'm like, that's so crazy. Like because I never thought it was a cool name. Like I was just like something my friends called me all the time. Like, and it was because they literally lived across the fucking street, and their dad was named Ed, my dad was named Ed, I was Eddie, but like we were always in the same house, and they were just like, Ed across the street, and then Ed across the street, Ed across the street, and like, or they'd be talking to their friends and be like, what are you talking about? And they'd be like, oh, Ed across the street.
Yeah.
And we would always be over their house. So they had we'd always be in the same room or like the same house, and they would have to kind of identify me in another way.
Yeah.
There was already an Eddie, there was already an Ed, and I just got thrown into the bus.
So you're Ed Across the Street?
Yeah.
That's fucking cool. That's funny.
I've had that name since I was like 9.
But that's always what like ollenkilledit is my fucking gamer tag, dude. Like from like back like in the first Call of Duty days, is like you kind of decide.
Are you playing on PC?
I don't play any games now. Now that I'm fucking quit my job, I can't work up the guts to be like, oh, I didn't make any money today. Let's play video games. Like I'm always like, kind of like, well, if I didn't make any money today, then I should be at least like trying to get some portfolio work together, or like trying to always do something.
That's how I am. Even if I like get a no call, no show or cancellation.
You want your jewel, dude?
Ooh, yes.
It's probably go time, huh?
It's go time.
It's not blinking.
Sick. Thank you. What were we saying right now?
We were talking about my fucking gamer tag and how I lack the ability to sit down and play a fucking video game right now.
That's also good discipline, and that's also good like, hey, no, bad.
Yeah.
Like you don't get any gummy bears after dinner because you left all your vegetables on your fucking plate.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah, exactly. And you know what, man, is like, I have too loud of a conscience, dude, and I'm lucky I had a strong Italian dad who fucking would like college graduate and like really fucking try to drill are sensitive. My mom's a hippie, so like I have the yin and the yang. I have my mom who's like, life is about being happy, you know, and like spend every day, make every minute count. Like if this is what makes you happy, then do it. But my dad's like, yeah, you can fucking do it, but what about 20 minutes from now? So my mom was like super focused on the now. My dad was focused on the 5 minutes from the now. Like, yo, okay, but then what happens in 5 minutes? Like, you still thinking about the now? Because like, I don't know, it was a trip. So
Damn. That's some looper shit.
yeah, well, real crazy shit. And to bring it back is just I have the sum of that, the product of all of that is a reward system, and no video games are more fun after you've quote unquote anything.
I don't know.
After you've earned them.
The
you
new
know?
expansion of Apex Legends looks fucking sick.
It's tight no matter what the fuck you do that day.
Sorry, Drew, wrong answer.
Nah, dude, it's all good. I understand. I have to tell myself this because yeah, dude, it's like if I run down, I can convince myself why I shouldn't be playing video games. Like, I don't have a job right now. I didn't make any money today, you know, like.
But you're doing something.
Yeah, yeah.
Towards your future.
Yeah, I think so, homie. You want to move in?
I'm just saying,
gonna appreciate the fucking vibe, dude.
I think as long as you're consistently trying to follow what it is that your voice is, it's going to be hard to keep you silent.
Yeah.
If you are the fly buzzing in people's ears, they will acknowledge.
Yeah, for
and they
sure.
will start to smack.
Yeah,
and they will pay attention to you, no matter if you're annoying or if you're charming or you're good. Drew, you have a personality.
Thanks, bro.
I don't see this staying I don't see you staying silent.
Oh,
ever.
thanks,
it's
bro.
not gonna happen.
But let's talk about you, man, and how fucking funny you are, bro. When are you doing comedy? Is the question.
I don't know, man.
Dude, you're hilarious on the internet.
Like
really funny, dude. How do you think of this shit? I made a Twitter like solely because I was gonna do that, and then I just ended up retweeting a bunch of hardcore shit. Like and retweeting my friends' fucking stuff. I'm so bad at Twitter, but you rock at like the one-liner. And like you were on your way here and you said some shit about nothing makes my heart drop faster than a guy says, "You don't remember me, fool? I let you hit my pen." And it's like, bro, you must have been like on PCH sitting in your car and that just came up into your head.
It happened to me literally last night. Some guy with pigtails came up to me.
So this shit is actually happening to you. That deaf chick story is like the funniest shit I've ever.
It happened to me on my birthday.
And that shit actually happened too.
On the stroke of midnight.
Oh my god, bro.
It was the Cinderella story I've been waiting for.
Then you're just in the right, dude. But you could just go and you could fucking pull these stories out and like into like a 5-minute long thing and do an open mic night and wreck it, dude.
I've thought about it, but
and wreck it, dude. Why not? You're a good looking dude. You're funny. You'd fucking be cool as shit, dude.
I feel like it's, I don't know, man.
You might rock it.
I don't know. The only
you trip out on yourself or what?
No, the only stand up I've ever done, and it's sad to say, was during one of my best friend's candlelight vigils. Like everyone was doing.
That's not sad.
Everyone was doing very sad material, and they were like reading from a paper, and I wasn't gonna say shit. I was just standing back, watching all his other friends talk. I was like kind of like, fuck, I can't believe I'm here. This is crazy.
Yeah.
And shit, my homie Josh lost his fucking mind, and like he just couldn't go up to the mic.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, everyone was like ushering up out of there. They're like, all right, get Josh out of here. We need a replacement quick. And then like someone was like, Ed, say something nice about Jesse. Like, just go real quick, fill the void.
So you did a bit?
I didn't mean to. I just got nervous as fuck, and I was just like, well, I'm gonna speak my truth. I was like, this fool stole all my girlfriends. And it was tight because it made me want to like keep trying and like, you know, like,
yeah,
and like
for sure. And you were getting laughs and stuff.
I worked with him. Like I just went through all the shit with him, and like everyone was just like, it was a goddamn high school like auditorium.
Yeah.
And all the bleachers were filled, and it was just like, oh my god, like
people were howling.
Yeah,
that's epic.
And I was like 20 years old. And I was like, that felt sick. And people were like,
that's the best.
They came up to me afterwards and like, there was nothing disrespectful about what you said. And it was just because it was like, we never knew that side of him. Yeah. We never knew the funny, outrageous side of him. We've always known him as that quiet boy that, you know, try to just do good. And they were like, that's cool that he lived more than what we thought.
Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah. I mean, you can't expect everybody. Well, nobody's got stories about the boys like the boys. Dude, you
Fuck no.
you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers could get on a microphone and ruin everybody's life.
Oh, dude. That's why I'm afraid to do stand-up. Because I'm afraid someone's going to be like,
oh, really?
I heard that fucking story you did about me. You changed the name, but everyone knew who the fuck you were talking about.
No, but you changed the name, dude. You changed the name.
You changed the name, but some of those memories are embedded.
Yeah. Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
I think that you'd be really good at it, man. I think that you might want to give that an honest shot.
Maybe.
I think that what you don't want to do is grow up, all of a sudden you're 60, and
I never did that.
And be like, man, I can't believe I never even fucking tried that.
That is definitely something that has plagued me. And I'm like, I know I'm going to. I know I'm going to eventually do it. I don't know why. I always see like comics like or comedians like really talking it down or like hating it and struggling with it. I mean, most artists talk shit about their craft at one point. Like, yeah, day in and day out, another cancellation. You know, like, there's times where we're all gonna have shitty days and whatnot. Yeah, and I'm sure that's what it is. But shit, man, like,
but like everything, dude, people cancel on you. It can't be any worse than somebody canceling their appointment on you.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like it's a really rough industry, and people don't give it as much credit as it should get. And like, I'm around them.
That shit's hard
all the fucking time, and I've watched guys start at some of the most like ridiculously bad, like evil, like in bad taste jokes, and I'm like, oof,
yeah,
this is gonna be a weird start.
Yeah,
and then you see them like a year later, and they're on the same show for the place opening the mic, doing the open mic, and it's like, oh. Well, here you are, all refined and polished pebble.
Like anything though, dude. Like
repetition.
People don't, and it takes like something, and I think that your art did that for you. Is people seriously think that, and for me, it was learning how to have a conversation with people. Because I used to just showman my conversations. I'd be like, "Oh, you four people want to hear what I have to say? Okay, here I go," and I would poke jokes and like try and make everybody laugh, and then by the time I would be like just in a backyard at a party, and then I'd be like, okay, 5 minutes, fake going to the bathroom because you did a great, you killed it, get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, this is your exit, bro.
Yeah, this is your exit. And I'd be like, well, guys,
beer for the rest of the night. They're gonna hook you up.
Make a funny joke about going to the bathroom, and then you're out. And I would go in the bathroom, check my fucking pea coat and stupid plaid shirt, and be like, okay, let's go back out there, and a new group of friends. And like, the social scene was exhausting for me for that. Is because I never knew how to just chill. That's why this is so fun. It's because it's like I have to rebuild like how I fucking converse with people, because it was so much bullshit for so long, dude. For me.
Oh, dude, I'm like the master of like, oh, we got time to kill. Let's fucking talk some shit.
Yeah,
like,
for sure. So this is cool. But what I was saying is, I think for someone like you who has done the art and for sure, like I've done really important interviews where I've heard like there was echo and fucking you can hear the dog barking in the background. You need those need to exist.
Yeah, because regardless of what you think is gonna happen, whether your perfect vision that you have, like you will always run into the problems that in that journey people run into. There's never gonna be like this, I never had that issue. I've actually recorded everything perfectly since day one. Like,
yeah, who the fuck does that, dude?
That's not a thing.
That's not a thing.
No, it's like, oh, the first time I ever tattooed, Ed Hardy came up and put his hand on my shoulder and said,
it was like, that's it.
Didn't even say anything. He just
Sailor Jerry logo popped out and was like, that's it, my son.
Yeah, Sailor Jerry gave me a kiss on the neck.
Yeah.
Like,
what? Yeah, it's crazy. I think people have expectations. I think that even the most talented people in the world, for example, we're bringing it back to one of the most talented basketball players of all time, man, Kobe Bryant. It's like there's a reason he got up and shot 900. You know, it's not like he went to bed every night.
That's a real thing, Andrew?
Yeah. So there's a story, and I don't know the exact.
Can you please Google search that for me?
Do I have to do it right now while I'm on this podcast?
No, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I can definitely check that out.
Later,
so
though.
My buddy Ryan Rojas has this story. It was during the Olympics when Kobe Bryant was on the Olympic national team. Apparently they were practicing and said, how many shots you going to take? Or Kobe Bryant, they were done practicing. Kobe Bryant just started shooting the ball, and they're like, hey, you going to stay here, man? He's like, yeah, I don't start the game. or I don't play a game until I shoot X amount. It was a fucking high number, Ed. And they were like, okay, for sure, whatever. And came back the next morning, and that fool was still there shooting. And they said, why haven't you gone home yet? And to my knowledge of the story, the only thing he responded with was 978. 900, and he sat there and shot all those balls. Yeah, Kobe Bryant's a crazy person, dude. He's a crazy person. You know, we might just have to fucking... Yeah, let's do it. Let's fucking do it. Let me pull it up right here.
What the fuck? You type fast.
No. Kobe Bryant's famous pregame shooting routine. Very calm before. Let's see. When the players just go and shoot at normal time, they never see him. Hold on. He's probably there getting up shots. Making 15 to 20 shots with each hand just to get loose. 15 to 20 shots. Hold on. Checking out his famous fucking... He'll make around 250 shots before leaving the court, lathered in sweat. Okay, so... Bryant has made anywhere from 500 jumpers per day to 1,000.
Ooh.
You think I'm fucking around, dog? This is Kobe Bryant.
Sick.
This is Kobe Bryant, dog. Okay, so to go back... So glad we fact-checked that.
That goes back to me, and I'm just like, well...
But here's the thing is, we all know Kobe in fourth quarter, last shot of the game, fadeaway jumper swish. You know, we don't see the 500 to 1,000, you know. Those exist everywhere. You know what I'm saying? They exist with you. They exist with me. They exist in anybody doing anything. And think about like a real hard possession, like being a fucking doctor. Like, what are those mistakes? What are those early
That's a hard game to be Kobe in.
Yeah, well, those are, what about those like first missed, you know, those bricks? What do those bricks look like, you know?
Rookie.
Yeah, like
you're benched.
Oh shit, we sewed his fucking umbilical cord to the urethra,
or,
dude.
oh shit, he's dead.
Yeah, real shit, dude.
And I've had friends die on the table for simple procedures.
Really?
Yeah.
That shit trips me out.
And I'm just like, what?
Yes.
Like, and it's like, oh, he was allergic to medication.
Or fuck that.
Like, and it was like pain meds or some shit, or like a type of something they put in their bloodstream to chill them out, or he was allergic to anesthesia.
Yeah, but it's really like the doctor accidentally like sneezed, dropped the jewel in his fucking lung.
Yeah, and it's just like, damn, like that's a hard one to go to sleep to.
Yeah, for sure. It's hard to like that moment, like realizing like, oh fuck, like these doctors are like just fucking people in robes who like play the part the same way we play a part when we go to a job interview. And it's like, can you make a logo? I make the best logos this side of the Mississippi, sir.
Why the fuck would you downplay yourself in a situation like that?
You know what I'm saying? Fuck, think about being a doctor, bro, going in there and just be like, I got this.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's crazy. You have to love it, man.
And you also have to, as a patient, just hope like that fool didn't party last night or some shit.
By the way, I think they do. Like I think
I know they do.
Yeah, I think the doctors fucking rage it, dude.
Dude, my homegirl just started dating a doctor, and dude, they were like, they're doing it up.
Yeah,
man.
They're doing it up and getting the IV treatment the next day and shit. Yeah, it's
he's got
all
everything.
He's got everything.
He's got a mini fridge.
He's got the mini fridge with the extra liver in it after a hard night. Yeah.
Baby, I got you.
Yeah, I got you. We picked this up last week. Don't even trip. Don't ask no questions.
Yeah, all of this is O positive.
Yeah, I want to get my. So I guess that there's a this is O positive. I want
the finest O's.
This is the most positive O's on this side of the. I want to find out. Do you know what blood type you are?
I think I'm. I don't know.
I think I'm O positive.
I think I'm A something.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that I could give people my blood, but I can't take any blood or some shit. I can only take O positive, but I can
I don't know how any of that shit works.
I don't want to tell. I can't believe I just said that online, dude. The vampires are fucking coming for me, dude. Because I think that you can eat diets based on your blood type. That's like a big thing now, and like you will flourish, my friend.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently, there's like diets cut out for like
Specific. Blood
yeah.
types.
So like my diet. If O positive is legit, and we will have to fact check this because I don't know for sure, but I think it's like limited meat and a lot of vegetables for it, or else like it makes my blood negative. Negative. I don't know.
Bad.
I don't know, dude. There's a lot of shit. I stopped eating fucking meat though.
I've been trying really hard. I've been fucking on that Beyond Meat recently.
Yeah, but you don't want to eat too much of it because it will still give you the fast food fucking situation. Yeah, Del Taco, bro. I'll put down some Del Taco.
I veggie grill it.
Oh, Veggie Grill.
Have you fucked with their tacos?
I've never been to Veggie Grill.
My friend.
I heard Veggie Grill rips, dude.
Like
I heard it's so good.
It's dumb. It's dumb. Like I've been shitting on that place for what seems like years. Like,
is it pretty pricey?
I paid like $12 for some 3 fucking tacos, but
3 real good tacos.
But it comes with chips.
I like Whole Foods
and
too.
Fucking black beans and rice.
For
and
sure.
It's like some health and everything there. I'm pretty sure is vegetable related or or some vegan style,
plant based. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, I fuck with that.
But yeah, that's also the dilemma I have too. Is like, man, is this shit healthy?
Yeah, a lot of it's not. Like I know, like you can eat a lot of. Well, I think what's in the middle of the bullseye is just like as close as you can get to like the raw plant itself. So if like you're eating like bell peppers like tossed in oil with salt and pepper and shit, that's obviously good for you. If you're having like a fucking like pre-packaged fucking I don't know, like apparently like the Morningstar veggie burgers, like you can put on some pounds if you like you're only fucking with those.
Oh.
Yeah, because there's a lot of filler and shit in them. You know what I'm saying?
But what is that filler, like oats?
I don't think it's oats, bro. I think it's like fucking. I think it's fucking hippie jelly or some shit. I don't know, dude.
Are they putting jelly in that shit?
No, dude, I don't know, man. But
someone's saying their burgers are like sticky almost.
Yeah, the Beyond Meat is beets. I think it's like a beet protein.
What?
I'll find that shit out right now, brother. I actually have this screen specifically for this type of shit. See that? Vegan meat substitutes. Oh, it's a pea protein. That's right. Rice protein. What's a mung bean, dude?
Mung bean? Okay, so mung bean is my mentor turned me on to mung bean, and it's like
who's your tattoo sensei?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
And
yeah, it's a pea protein.
Mung bean is like I had like a little drink with it. He took me to a Vietnamese restaurant. He's all, "This is real Vietnamese food, you little bitch. Like you're gonna sit here and you're gonna eat this." And I was just like, I don't give a fuck. I eat anything. Like,
is he vegan or vegetarian?
No, he's just like he just always like tried to like introduce his culture to me, and like he'd always like I was always getting food for him, like so it was just like obviously conveniently I would eat the same shit he would eat.
Yeah.
And
yeah, just put you on game.
Yeah, it was always like, all right, fool, I'm gonna get you bunse out, and then you're gonna fucking have mung bean this and like this and that and blah blah blah, and it would just be all this shit, like this whole feast.
Good.
Oh fuck, dude, it's so bomb.
I love good food. I know that sounds so stupid, but like I mean, like the food that isn't.
There's like heart into it. It was like, and it's in some little hole in the wall that's only open.
That's what's up.
Like after 1, and then they close again at 5, and it's like
because they gotta go feed the family and shit.
Yeah,
like,
and
I love that kind of shit.
It's just super fucking bomb, and like I went back feeling all full and shit, and like he just put me on a lot of spots and shit.
That's tight. Mostly Vietnamese food.
Yeah.
A lot of that. I need to do a little bit more of that. I unfortunately down in the Southeast Asia they eat a lot of meat. I know they do like a lot of vegetarian stuff with like a peanut sauce type deal. That's like the other super bomb. I did that today. So today what I had was I grilled up 2 veggie burgers, and I cut up a bell pepper, like diced it up, and then I put that on top of like a cabbage coleslaw type thing. And then I put the veggie burgers on top of that. So it's like a salad with like a meat protein on top of it. And then I put Trader Joe's. Shout out TJ's. What's up? Trader Joe's has
my stepmom works there.
Has it? Oh, really?
Shout out Angie.
We'll talk about that in a second. And then you put the peanut vinaigrette or Thai spiced peanut vinaigrette on it, and it is so good and filling. Yeah, when you eat like that, that's the one thing you don't want to do when you go vegetarian or vegan is like be like, oh, for sure, I'm gonna eat fucking Ruffles every day. And then, you know, like French fries, fucking all the like you got to explore. You know what I'm saying? People like, oh, bro, I can go vegan. That just means like I'm gonna eat a fuck ton of like bread and like I'm gonna eat a fuck ton of like, you know, pizza no sauce or pizza no cheese. It's like no. Like start fucking with your vegetables, like start fucking cooking like with yams and shit. Like really start flexing that. Cause it's fun to cook, man. That's like a fucking
I enjoy it. I don't think I'm the best, but I do know some traditional dishes like here and there, but it's nothing crazy. It's like just kind of shit like my dad would whip together type of stuff. But it was always healthy. Like my dad was never like, I remember when he would make us like chorizo, like burritos in the morning with eggs or whatever.
Ooh.
And we would sit there.
You come from a Mexican family, don't you?
Oh, his side was mostly like Argentinian, Spanish, Italian shit.
So that's good food.
So
too.
we'd have our burritos and shit, but he would make us squeeze them a little so the grease would start to fall out. And he'd be like, his thing was like, if you can draw like a face with it or whatever on the plate, whoever draws the sickest face with this grease is like the sickest food. And we would just be sitting there eating and just kind of like letting it drip in like weird places and shit.
Really?
On the plate. It was super weird.
Why?
But like,
He
just knew there was too much grease in that shit.
Oh, so he's trying to cut it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to put like paper towels over the pizza and like peel it off type deal.
He would do that too.
That type vibe. But you don't need that much grease, man.
Nah.
That's fucking cool, man. And you know what? The older I get, the more I respect those stories. Like I think of a lot of shit, especially because you grow up and you see like the effects of like the homies who didn't have like a father around and shit.
Make no mistake about it, though. My father did some evil shit to me and my friends.
Oh, really?
When it came to food, especially.
Oh, okay. So, but like fucking around though.
Oh, most definitely.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, so what I was saying is like how your dad was making you guys draw faces. I think like
so heartwarming.
That
was a small fraction of the food shit that happened.
Yeah. Well, my dad is super funny, dude. My dad used to make us pancakes and shit before breakfast because I told my dad once, this is the kind of guy my dad is. I love him, and I'm glad that I got to see him do this for me because I'll be this kind of dad for my kids, you know, and that's why it's important to do this. But my dad, that's the bomb. My dad I told him once that I liked pancakes. Like told him once. So he got up every day and like whipped me pancakes until I was over it. Like and that was just his style. But he'd always say the funniest things. Like my house was on the way to school and my friends would stop in, open door, hey, what's up? And they knew that my dad was cooking. So people would come in and they'd sit down and it was like different friends would seriously stop by and be like, hey, can I have some pancakes? My dad was always whipping. And super cool of him. But he used to, like, right around when everybody was just finished, he's like, you guys like the pancakes? And you're like, yeah. You're like, good. I put a little extra loving in them. And, like, all my friends would be like, what the fuck? And, like, one of my friends, Jeff, who is super funny at the time, goes, yo, are you even allowed to fucking say that kind of shit to us? It's just super. But it just exactly just that, man. My dad used to like just say the funniest shit, like, all right, let's get out of here. I got to go home and bone your mom. And like, it was like when we were like in fourth grade, but it was just, it's all love. You know, he's a class clown. He just has always been like that. And I mean, I don't know. It's just, I think that obviously there's probably a lot of shit that your dad
You literally couldn't leave the house without getting a good, nice slap against your face.
Oh, really?
That was when my dad was. He'd like look at you and be like, psh, like a quick one, and he'd be like, "You look good," and you were out, and you were like, "What the fuck?"
Sopranos, man? Dude.
Not really. It was more like, "Yeah, get over here," and then later.
Oh, for sure.
But it was like endearing.
Just to keep you on your toes type shit.
It was endearing, but he did it to. Like, he'd make us line up as we're leaving. He'd like, get over here. Give me a
Oh, so everybody gets a fucking little
little
lick.
smack. Yeah. And it was, I don't know, like, looking back at it, I was like, fuck, man, I'm sorry, dude. And, like, my friends would be like, hey, he's got some rough-ass hands, man. He got me.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's trippy. But that's definitely the vibe, right? Is, like, fucking...
He just got so acquainted with my friends, and, like, they loved him. He loved them. Like, he found out their little ticks and shit. Like, my homie John, he didn't like olives in his sandwiches. He hated olives. And my dad made us lunch one day. He's like, all right, boys, fucking eat up your tuna sandwiches. I'm going to go in the back. and like we're eating, and John takes a bite and he's like, God damn it, I fucking knew it. And he like spits it into a napkin. He lifts up the bread. It's landmine the fuck out with olives.
Purposely his?
Decked out with olives.
Oh, man.
And I'm just like, damn. And my dad's like, laughing in the screen door. He's like,
your dad's a character.
he's like,
dude.
just take them off. Don't be a pussy.
Yeah.
And John's like, I fucking hate olives. Why do you do this shit? And he's like, just eat the olives. He's like, look how much you put.
It's like a covered in fucking olives.
It was so bad.
That's so funny. Does he still have that kind of character?
Oh, dude.
Still charming.
He always wants to feed people, and I love it. Like, he's always like, are you hungry? I caught some fish, blah, blah, blah. Like, let me cook it up for you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, man.
That's cool.
Like, I don't like to make him do shit because he's old, you know, and I love his cooking, I do, but it's like, I don't know, like, it's like I'm visiting you, like, just kick it, you know?
Yeah, you just chill.
Yeah, I don't like making my parents do shit anymore.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you don't need to, especially when, like, for me, it was like, me ending up on my feet the way I did, like, they must have done something right. So, like, now when they offer to do something for me, I'm like, hey, you know what? Like, your job's done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, just kick it. You know, like, let me try to do something for you. You know?
Yeah. And that's kind of what I want to start getting on. Like, I feel like there's been a lot of, like, help me from me. And now, like, I just think it's time for me to like start being a little bit more active in their lives as far as like taking care of them and shit. Cause
like you have been like help me to them.
Yeah, my whole life, you know, like where it's like I don't know what the fuck is going on, you know, like this is so confusing, and it's just like as if they weren't already trying to figure their shit out.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's also trippy too, is when you realize that your parents are just people who just are older. You know, like I remember the first time.
They're older kids.
Yeah. Well, they're just fucking people. Like, I'll never forget one of the time, a time where my dad blew it. I don't need to bring it up, but it was the first time I was like,
you couldn't believe it.
I was just like, dude, like, you know who makes this fucking mistake? Like, normal idiots make this mistake.
That's not you.
And then I'm like, oh my God. I was like, oh my God. Oh, and I'm just thinking about everything and like thinking that like people. Well, going back and thinking about like even like the holidays where like they're trying to do something nice, and like you realize that like even like the fucking Santa Claus shit when you're a kid or something, you're like, why is that bag there and shit? You're just like, and then you realize, oh, because I would have done it like that. Like, and you are starting to make sense. You're like, oh my God, like parents are just people, dude. They're just fucking people. And like, you start to really respect, I don't know, at that point, then you can at that point you can run proper inventory of your life and really appreciate like, oh my God, my mom had no money. Like my mom had fucking no money and she did this shit for us. Like, oh my God, I hardly even said fucking thanks.
Yeah.
You know? Like it's that's the first domino, you know? And then once you realize that your parents were just fucking people and they had to get a paycheck just like we need paychecks and shit, then you can really start appreciating. Because when you're younger, you're just like, where's N64? Where's this? Get out of my room. Fuck you. I'm good now. Blah, 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 blah. You know? It's fucking crazy, dude. Life's a trip, dude.
My mom, though, she always made sure to tell me what she was doing for me, though. She was like, you see all this shit?
Oh, really?
Oh, dude, she fucking threw that shit in my face
yeah.
really good.
Do you have brothers or sisters?
I have 3 sisters.
Oh, shit. So I have 3 boys in this family and 1 sister.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
I'm
the
one
opposite.
sister.
You the one sister. Did you used to have to play fucking dress up and shit with your sisters?
No, nothing like that.
Yeah.
I was my biological one's my youngest one. And the other 2 are step, but they were always sisters.
Yo, trip out, dude. My younger brother is my biological brother, and then my older brother and sister are my half siblings. Trip out. I see you. I see you, Ed.
Alternate universe.
Yeah, I see you. That's trippy.
Yeah, man, and I love them to death. Like they made beautiful nieces and nephews for me, and like I tripped the fuck out because you know everything's happening so fast. Everyone's growing the fuck up, and I'm like, shit, am I supposed to have kids soon?
I mean, I don't like. I guess, but like kids. I don't know.
It's
the world
not even on my mind right now.
Yeah, it's not on mine either. Mine is like grind. Like, just grind your face off. And honestly, anytime I like give it a thought, I think about how fucking, I was like, yeah, like, blah, blah, blah. Wait, are we going to war with Iran or no? And everybody's like, I don't know. We'll see. I'm like, man, fuck having kids, man. We don't even know what we're doing there yet.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, I'm not bringing a kid into this shit, you know? Like,
I think about that shit often. Where
yeah.
I'm like, maybe after this election.
Yeah, well, maybe after like
Maybe-
everything gets sorted out. Like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna post up and like see how this plays out. But like, I'm not trying to fucking pump a kid out and like be like, welcome to the world. You got to give half of your money to this person, and
It's
this
like,
is fucking crazy.
And here's your uncle. And it's like, he's going to be watching you for the rest of the day. And they're just
Yeah.
like,
yeah,
on their iPads.
Yes. Oh, exactly.
This is
Yeah,
your Uncle
that's
Isaac. It's just an iPad. Just
That's
watching
scary as fuck too, dude. Thinking about kids growing up, man. My I know this dude who's had to pull his kid out of school because they played like Hot or Not, the game Hot or Not. So basically, what kids are fucking evil kids, man. What they're doing
Is
these
this
days,
Tinder on the playground?
dude. It's fucking
Is
worse.
this Tinder on the
It's
playground?
worse because no one gets fucking. Oh, is that's your boy? I know that fucking Joseph Danny.
What up?
Yeah, my bad.
Wait,
I
where's
fucking right here.
Oh,
This is the
Veggie Grill
chat.
Korean tacos? I don't think I don't know if they're the Korean ones.
They probably said that forever ago. Probably 10
I'm
minutes
sorry,
ago.
dude.
Yo, my bad, homie. We're just now taking a look at the chat. So this is what fucking kids are doing these days at Brescia, and I didn't have the heart for this shit. I wouldn't have had the heart for this back in my day. They're taking a picture of the kid and using the fire thing that we use for like, yo, how's the new Circus Survive album or whatever? Like how people are like, oh, it's fire, you know, swipe all the way to the
red
right.
drips.
Yeah, and it's like, bah, and the fucking fire fucking emoji fucking blows up, whatever. They're doing that
It's
with
the highest accolade.
they're doing that with this is the highest accolade. They're doing that with kids right now, and the kids who are like fucking not getting voted very highly are wearing it hard. And
Offing themselves.
well, no, but there is a statistic that, if you don't mind me bringing up, that non-fatal self-harm in kids from 9 to 11 has gone up like 280%, something stupid. Kids are not taking this shit well. Dude, could you imagine? Like, I remember being in middle school and like asking somebody to like the dance, and if they said no, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go lay down in front of a fucking train, and I hope it's going fucking slow because I want to feel it, you know? Like,
Yeah.
and now if it's just like, click, what are you doing? Nothing. And then 20 minutes later, it's like you have a fucking like thing where people are talking shit about you and stuff.
Honestly,
Man.
I don't know. I had it pretty fucking rough in school. Like,
You
where it
did?
was like, what the fuck is happening? I remember one instance specifically where something spread around like wildfire. I was like 12 or some shit, and I was like super like in love with this new girl at school. Like, we became best friends, like all kinds of shit. We hung out all the time, and she finally like she like told me one day, I think she got broken up with her by her boyfriend or something, and she was just like, I'm gonna make out with Ed, blah blah blah.
That's sick.
And I was like, what? And I didn't know how to make out. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Nobody did.
No, yeah,
I have
nobody
the
did.
funniest story about that. I'll tell you after.
And I was like, I think we were at my friend Paris's house down the street, and like we were young as fuck, and like we ended up making out or something. And I think that was like the first time someone actually touched my dick or something. And I was like, oh my god, this is painful, but it's incredible at the same time. Yes,
Yeah.
And then and that was it. I didn't, it wasn't like I finished or anything. We're
Yeah.
children. And then I
Yeah, you said like 12, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I go to school and I'm just like she likes me. Like,
Yeah.
she likes
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. And I was like just walking in school and stuff. And I just remember like these fools would just like walk around, and like people were like kind of snickering a little bit, and I was just kind of like, what's going on?
Trying to figure it out.
Yeah. And then like I kept hearing shit.
Pull
and
that mic up a little closer or scoot up a little bit.
like people would just be like kind of just like I would hear like little things, and I was like, are they saying that to me? Like I hear like, hey, pencil dick, or like shit like that, and I was like, damn, that sound's getting louder. And then PE comes around and these fools start lighting me up. They're like, this fool's got a baby dick, all this shit.
Oh, no.
And then I'm just sitting there just getting roasted. And I like looked around and I was like, I'm fucking 12. Of course I have a baby dick.
Yeah, you have a 12-year-old's dick.
Dude, everyone like was like, no, I'm 12. I got a huge dick.
Yeah,
Fuck you. This guy's got a little.
I remember that, dude. I remember where every dude.
Fools had hammers apparently.
Yeah, it's so funny. You just
and I
said
was like
that.
trying to like.
That's the stupidest fucking. That's so.
I couldn't fucking believe that.
So
like,
how'd you recover from that?
oh, dude, I was so upset. I was like, Evelyn, how could you? And she was just like, we'll probably make out again.
She said, "We'll probably make out again."
And we did. We made out for
you
years.
made out again?
Yeah, for years.
Oh
for
my god.
Years we kept making out.
Oh no. Fuck.
She was a guilty pleasure. But it was just one of those funny moments in life where I was just like, wow. So this is shitty. Like,
yeah,
it was my
sucks.
first like high, like not even high school, like junior high experience where I was like, oh my god, this can't go over well for whatever reason. And I think even in 8th grade, I ended up getting in a fight with some kid that was younger than me. I wanted nothing to do with the fight. I was like, I'm not gonna do this. And like, kid ended up beating my ass.
Whoa.
Like, he grabbed me by my hair and just started like wailing on me. And someone was like, you can't grab hair, pussy. And he's like, are you kidding me? It's a street fight. And he socked me one more time.
Whoa.
Scarred the shit out of me. And I was like, oh my God. Like, junior high was just I was so little. I didn't grow till like senior year in high school.
So you were travel size.
I was fun size. And like,
damn,
it was rough time. But like, I get what these kids are going through. I just feel like.
It's so funny. That chat. If you don't have 12 inches by the time you're 12, you got a baby dick.
That's true.
That was seriously.
That was the philosophy.
That was the philosophy.
People were so sure that like, this is a 12-banger. No duh. Like, look at me.
That's so funny.
And I'm over here with like this like ridiculously spiked haircut. I'm like, how did this happen? Like, each spike is just by itself.
I used to do glue. Fuck. And
iced
visors. Yeah, I got to be iced. I have a funny story about middle school. So I finally, and I won't say her name out of sake because she's still a buddy of mine. But everybody, you remember the pressure? Everybody's like, yo, fool, make out with her. Or make out with her, or you're gay. And this is back in the day. This is like back then. Back then it was different. Okay, this isn't the politically correct America that we live in now.
Kids have always been terrible.
Yeah, the kids have always been terrible. This was not politically correct America, and I'm sure the joking is different now. But back then it was like, yo,
we should be allowed to talk about this.
Yeah, and we are. Because this happened to me, and this was the climate of my life back then, and I'm not gonna lie. So
the Joe Rogan experience.
Not even. So, back then, as any fucking boy knows who's not afraid to admit it, back then it was, yo man, did you kiss her? No. Why? What are you, gay? That was the philosophy. And so one day, me nervous as fuck, I'm at the homegirl's house. I'm really not going to say her name. And we end up awkward as fuck in this hallway. And we're like, like doing the thing. And I finally kiss her. And
fireworks.
No. She beats the shit out of me with her tongue. She like annihilates me. She annihilates me so bad that I thought that I was scared that I wasn't into chicks. It was so bad that I was like, oh no, I'm gay.
Like, I don't like this at all.
Yeah, I did not like this at all. As a matter of fact, I could taste her food and it was gross. So like, I was like, oh no, making out with girls sucks. What am I going to tell the boys? Like, what am I going to tell the boys? And it was just the funniest thing ever because it was the most awkward 3 months of my life after that because we had to break up. There was no forward movement after that. I needed time to reevaluate myself, dude. So like 3 months after that, I talked less. I went out and hung out with my friends. Like I spent so much time like, well, but I thought like Britney Spears is hot. Like, so like I'm into that. Like it was so confusing for me. And like
There
you're
was a lot of
young and
moments.
impressionable. And
Your
then
friends have such a heavy weight of, influence on you. And
Yeah.
it's like the last thing anyone wants to feel is excluded or feel like I'm not up to par with the boys.
yeah.
Like.
Well,
It-
back when you're a kid, dude, it's tribal, man. Like bro,
Extremely.
it's like, bro, where the fuck are your Osiris D3s? They're in the mail, Mom. We gotta go get these shoes.
I never
like,
got the
this-
D3s. My mom was just like,
She knew better. She was
She
like, I'm
knew-
not buying those ugly fucking
she
things.
fucking knew, and she fucking like was like, you know what? I'm gonna get you some Jeff Rallies. How about that?
That's sick though.
And I was just
She
like,
hooked you up.
I was like, fuck, everyone's making fun of me because I'm wearing fucking Vans.
And-
Don't do this shit to me.
Don't do this. But now look, your mom was ahead of the time. So, anyways, to wrap that up, there was nothing. There's obviously, I mean, come on, there's nothing wrong with not like making out with chicks, but it was just really confusing to me at a time because it was
Pressure.
it was pressure, and I was on the path, and then I hit a fucking turbulence, and then you make out with somebody else. You're like, oh wait, that was just like a weird experience. This shit actually rules.
Yeah.
And then you're coasting on for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
That was just a really weird experience, but it was my first experience, and I was very concerned about the trajectory of my life. I was like, dude, what am I going to tell the boys now? Like, if they're like, what are you, gay? I'm going to be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. It was so bad.
And it was crazy because I remember growing up and like friends like having such a hard time coming out and stuff, and when they did, like people would disassociate with them, and it was just kind of like,
Yeah, but I'm
I know.
I'm talking like about like a bunch of homies that like you skateboard with every day that like and by the way, taking myself by surprise. You know, like I thought it was gonna be fucking epic. You
Yeah.
said fireworks. That's what I thought.
That's what I thought.
I
yeah.
thought this shit was gonna be guns blazing, but instead it was like womp womp, and I was like,
Let's go back to the drawing board
yeah,
for a
well,
little. Let's figure out if we're on the same team.
Yeah, well, we gotta figure out if we're playing the right sport here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super fucking funny. But middle school's a trip, dude. Middle school's a trip. Your friends will talk you into, and you know what's so fucking crazy is like the kids who are sentenced to like juvie and shit at that age, cause you know behind every fucking story there's a friend that's like, yo, bet you won't do it. And it's like, fool, don't make me fucking do it, man. What are you, a pussy?
Oh
No way,
yeah.
bro.
I mean,
nope.
that guy just never goes away.
Yeah, it's never, and fuck, man. And it's got to be so different. It's got to be so different now that I would love to go just to even listen to a middle school conversation with the politically correct climate and see how much there's probably so much less pressure. People are probably just like allowed to be themselves and shit. Back then, it was like fucking.
I don't think that's how it is in school yet.
Still.
I don't
I don't know. I think that there's a lot of down.
I think kids know. I think they do know some things, but they only know, because I mean, think about it. You're only with your kid for the morning time, and
Yeah,
then,
telling him and his friends that you put extra loving in the fucking pancakes.
Yeah,
And
you're only with
then-
them in the morning time, and then you're like you see them after school, and then you guys, but during that huge gap of where they're at school.
Yeah.
There are fools that are taking your place, parents, and you know what? They seem a lot cooler because
Yeah.
they're spitting on the monkey bars. They're fucking
Yeah.
throwing sand in some fool's face.
Yeah.
They're kicking ass at kickball. They're doing, they're cool.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
you don't do that.
Yeah,
And I feel like that's where you first get your influences from. So
for
like,
sure.
essentially you're getting, depending on the influence those kids have on you, you're also getting raised by that other kid's parents.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. That's true, right? Because that kid's, and you know what's fucking toxic is when you got one bad kid. I never had a bully, I know that there were bullies out there, but I think I got out of the way. I used to wear crooked hats. I mean, that's
Oh,
that's
dude.
my
No one was
so,
fucking with you.
yeah, no, that's what kind of fucking social status I had, dog. My hat was, you know what I'm saying? This is a fucking picture just went out funny as fuck, by the way. Hold on, let me show you this one.
Is it when you have like earrings and a shaved head?
No. It's here. Let me show you. I think your friends are blowing up the chat. Fuck, Pat. Be fine.
Are you gay? Dude, the frosted lips and puka shit.
That's so sick.
Way different high school experience.
Oh, that's Pat. Oh, it's fucking gone here. Oh, it's right there. Yo, what up? Who dat?
Wait, that's you?
That's me, homie.
Hold up. Yeah, what? Fuck. Dude, look at this fool. Is that?
That's Pat.
Pat, you're hard as fuck.
Pat was down to squab.
But your shirt is so savage. Like, let's take. Can you pull that? Dude, that shirt,
I wish I could pull it bigger.
this
I don't know.
Shirt is so fucking top button, my dude.
Top button and
who the fuck are you?
The DC hat. Yo,
damn,
with the
Young Shacks.
Yeah, this shit was
mixed
crazy.
with Steve Olsen.
Shit was crazy.
Damn.
Yeah,
you wrote for Shorties for sure.
Yeah, this was a Shorty's look for sure.
Child.
So funny.
Wheels.
I wish, bro. God damn.
Muska beats in the headphones.
Super funny. So yeah, there was that was the kid in the most confusing hallway ever who didn't know how to tell his friends. You know, it was a trippy time.
I would have mistaken you for hella confident. Just the way the hat is like.
I
It
don't
looks
know.
like it's asking someone else, like, what's your problem? Like, on the sidelines.
So I remember a buddy of mine that I've always said hi to everybody and like was always like, hey man, how's it going? And I remember like thinking that was funny. And like because I really did care about people. First of all, I've never really been in a fight before. I've backed my friends up in fights, but I've never like had somebody be like, you, me, we're fucking fighting right now. That shit just never happened to me. I don't carry that kind of energy. And matter of fact, I would always go out of my way to be like, to de-escalate and be like, hey, what's going on? And like never, I don't know, bro. I got a big heart. I talking shit on people. I got a soft spot for people like getting taken advantage of and shit. It would turn me off. And I was always quick to be like, yo, man, fucking chill out. I was like, yo, chill. I was the chill guy. I was trying to give everybody space. And then when everything de-escalated, I was talking to the kid who was getting picked on. I was like, yo, man, you all right? Like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. That was kind of the vibe. And I got my mom, that beautiful woman next to me, to thank for that. She raised me on that shit. I will never forget the egg story. It was like my first memory is got a white egg and a brown egg. We cracked them open, same thing inside. And show me that we all look different, but we're just eggs, you know, and then we're going to taste the same. And ever since then, I kind of just had an understanding of looking at people, like person one, person two, not kid with certain shoes and cool hair and dumb shirt and fucking whatever. She did a good job with that. That's like one of my first memories. So I had the hat like that and the shirt like that because one, I could get away with it, probably because I wasn't on anybody's radar. There was nobody who would be like, yo, Olin, what the fuck you doing? You know, like, take that shit off. You look like an idiot. I'd be like, but that's Drew's just being Drew. You know what I'm saying? Which was cool. You know, I lucked out like that. But, yeah, tripping. I saw that picture got shared to me today. First of all, don't get it twisted. I don't know. Who the fuck do I think I am, bro? Okay, don't get this shit.
Where was this?
I don't know. This shit looks like California Adventure by the look of the hotel in the background and the lights
Pat
and shit.
is pissed.
No, that's the Blue Steel. That's Blue Steel.
But see, like, I just didn't know kids took pictures like that yet.
Well,
that is such like a that's like when you're like with your boys in Vegas face, like where you're like,
yeah,
like you got the Rick Ross grunt, like,
yeah. Yeah, another thing that helped is my sister in the middle there. I remember her putting me on. Like she would like bring home clothes and shit and be like, "Yo, wear these shoes." And I'd be like, "Really?" And what was so cool is her first boyfriend in high school was a straight edge dude, and they actually, to bring it full circle, were all straight edge. The El Segundo straight edge scene back in the day, rest in peace. And first CD I stole from them was Throwdown, You Don't Have to Be Blood to Be Family, and Poison, Opposite December. And that fucked my shit up forever. I mean, that shit fucked me up now just went to Sound and Fury, still into hardcore, and for no warning, I was moshing with them. To bring this whole fucking thing full circle is like, I was just at a show with these fools during this time who got me into Poison the Well and shit. Maybe even earlier. This is after that. This is middle school. I had that CD when I was in 5th grade. Yeah, I was in 5th grade, and yeah, bro, I just spent the weekend with those dudes. Life's a trip, yo.
Yeah.
Life's a fucking trip. But thank God I had a sister who put me on some cool dudes, and then those also gonna was a small town. Those dudes took care of me, so I think I always walked around with the confidence to be like, whatever's gonna happen is gonna be all right. But I used it for justice, you know, de-escalating situations and whatnot. Not really into taking advantage of people.
My sister got me into. She tried to make me wear Echo, so I think she was taking it.
Echo.
she was like, you should wear this. You will get pussy. And I was like,
all right.
No,
did you?
I never did it. No, I was always like, I just don't like it. You know, I didn't know what it like. I didn't really understand that Mark Echo was a graffiti artist at the time. I have a little bit more respect for him now, but.
Oh, I didn't know that still.
Yeah.
See, this is old school. That's Massimo. You remember Target?
Oh, I know who Massimo is.
Yeah, Massimo.
It was
dude.
back in the back in
the 90s. Full Target.
It was him
exclusive?
and Stussy.
Yeah, people don't know that Stussy.
Massimo got bought out by Target. That guy became like Stussy and Massimo were like neck and neck back in the day.
Yeah,
but Stussy always had drops.
Stussy came back.
They always had drops. Everything was limited. It was never reproduced more than like X amount of times.
That fucking S got reproduced a fucking lot, bro.
Yeah, I mean, some things had to stay in circulation, dude.
I fucking put that S on goddamn everything.
Yeah.
For sure. That fucking S is hilarious. Yeah, man. Shout out Mark Echo. Shout out Massimo. Shout out Shorties, Chad Muska and the crew.
Chad's listening right now. He's
just
like,
shout out. He's like, damn. I told him not to bring me up. I guess that fool's like doing some modeling and shit now. Yeah, Chad Muska's doing the same, but he's always kind of been like, you don't get to be doing. I mean, you can look at that full swag from back then, and that dude's got like a drip that would exist even now. I mean,
yeah,
like,
it's very.
I mean, that fool has the joggers that are like tied down.
It's like if Jack Sparrow wore Jordans.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I saw a picture of him from the 90s, and his drip would still be existent to now. He's got the tied down. He's got like the jogger pants.
Patrick Bateman in a way. Like his facial expressions and stuff, but it was always it was like Patrick Bateman mixed with what's that one kid from the Goonies that had a rough ass time? Corey Feldman. They remind
Shout out Corey Feldman. Is that fool gonna bust a lid on Hollywood? I'm waiting for that.
I think
that would be so lit, and God forbid that would mean that there's a lot of fucking damaged people out there.
I say, well, I'm sure there's.
But if it turns
so many masterminds that are in business right now that would just
make sure you talk up into that microphone.
I think they would. I think if he did let any information out, I think he would just be destroyed. I feel like he said a lot and he exposed a lot, and I feel like he went silent after a while. Like, he was doing shows out here in Hermosa and shit.
Yeah, dude. So me and Kenzie went to one, and he like played a show. Yeah, we saw Corey Feldman and the Angels or whatever that shit is. He's got a band, and they all wear angel shit. And that shit.
Did you go because you wanted to go, or did you go ironically? Be honest.
Oh, they went. She went with her work, and it was definitely ironically.
Oh, okay.
And
Corey appreciates it regardless.
Yeah. Well, you know, something super fucked up. Someone in the crowd yelled, "It's not your fault." Which is heavy.
That's
dude.
not even a time or place to do it.
Yeah, well, it's not even. It's like the same way people would yell "Freebird." Like, instead of Freebird, it was like, "It's not your fault," and it was like, which is funny because it's so like diabolical and dastardly that it's almost like,
come on,
yeah, come on, dude, because it was.
But you just kind of had it like, oh.
That's it. It's so turned up. You can't just fucking say some shit like that. That's craziness.
Yeah, that'll make a guy say some shit on a mic and like.
I mean, he's already honestly not doing that good. I mean, look at like he's on tour. He's playing fucking Saint Rock. There's like a rule: if you play Saint Rock, you're not doing that good. You can't be doing that good. Like guy from the fucking. Like, it's always like the fucking keyboardist of the Gin Blossoms who's like on tour one date where you playing Saint Rock. Like, it's always like something super.
I've never been to Saint Rock.
Yeah, you're not missing. Like, really? You're not missing anything. It's weird. It's weird in there. Shout out Saint Rock. It's like the only South Bay venue.
Didn't Topher work there?
Yeah, he was a security guard. But
Yeah.
but it will anybody who's been there knows it's kind of weird in there. It's like it's a bar first, and have seen some
I
crack
think it's by
reggae
Julian's
bands.
house, his actual house.
Yeah.
Or his mom's house.
Yeah. I've spent the night there before. Yeah,
Good-
back in
good
the
house.
day. Yeah,
Good
it's
house.
cool in the little dungeon. He's got like a little tiled dungeon.
That place,
Yeah, rowdy.
rowdy.
I've been so hammered up in that little basement before. Julian's tight. How's he doing?
Dude,
Should get him on here.
I couldn't think of a person that's killing it harder right now.
He's your bestie.
He's definitely one of my best friends.
Yeah.
He's
easy to bestie with because he's really cool. Well, he was always really nice to me. He would mosh.
He's one of the fucking friendliest people I've ever come encounter with. I honestly shout out to Julian because that guy like literally could have easily wrote me off and been like, dude, like your life's a mess, like easily. You know, a lot of people did.
Yeah,
but that guy like literally like, I remember one of my
real ones.
My fucking Wacom tablet fucking busted. Like the wire was all fucked up. This fool gave me his brand new Wacom tablet that his mom bought him and was like, handle. I don't even know how to use this shit.
It's important to have friends like that. It's weird how like you're almost like.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Are you sure? And he's like, yeah, man, like just take it. Like, and I ended up fucking having a girlfriend that broke it and like was all mean to me about it and like fucked it up and it doesn't work anymore. But I was just so thankful like to have someone that was like, yo, I know you're in a bind right now. I know you don't perform any other way without this. Like it was like finding another lightsaber in Star Wars that didn't belong to you.
I totally
like,
go
on.
I totally
fight on.
I totally get that, man, and it's trippy, man. That's like there's some shit that happens like that, and it's just like people in your life and shit that are almost like not of this world. Like if magic did exist, it would be like little moments like that. Like, yo, you mean to tell me like in this moment, like we're homies and you're gonna do this kind of shit for me right now? Boys, man. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure I can't relate to the girls because I don't know what girl best friends do for each other, but all of us boys.
If I had hair, he would hold it while I puked.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think I've rubbed your back while you puked the first time I met you. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
That wasn't going anywhere.
I took a picture with you and you're like this. Yeah.
Just like stupid. In the midst, I think I had like spit coming out of my mouth and I was just like hunched over and you were just like, you look like Steve Irwin in that picture. Like you found like this water buffalo that was grazing.
Well, I had such a good time talking to you and then I was like, dude, let's take a picture together. And then we did take a picture together, and then
I think at one point we were fucking around, and like I was trying to get you, and I was like, ah.
You're like, yo, come here, I got throw up on my hands, and I was like, not on my pea coat, brother. They still act like he wasn't screaming that shit, and he's like, they still act like he wasn't screaming that shit. I don't know which part we're talking. Are we talking about the "it's not your fault" to Corey Feldman thing? Corey Feldman's best move was to not acknowledge that shout.
Yeah,
because Corey Feldman's paid, right? Yeah, he's laughing all the way to the bank. Get behind that microphone for me,
I think he is. I hope he is. I mean, I hope well upon everyone that's in the entertainment industry and like that's actually trying to be an honest person. You know? Like,
yeah.
I know there's a lot of bullshit and dark shit that happened to him that he was probably involved with, but you know, I hope that
it's all exaggerated and none of it exists. You know, I hope that it's just like kind of people like, oh yeah, that happened to me. That happened to me. Really? When did it happen? Oh, I don't know. It happened to you? You know, like I hope it's like that because that would be awful if there's just like. But did you see Leaving Neverland, bro? Ooh, you a Michael Jackson fan?
No.
Oh, good.
But it's
right.
like
well,
it's one of those things where like I've heard
I think
about
he's got jams.
I've heard about it so much, this documentary, and I'm just kind of like, like I already know he was like that.
Yeah, he's kind of fucking. I mean, I don't know. There's something up with him, but it's.
I did go to the Michael Jackson Cirque du Soleil though. Yeah,
well, I'm a fucking Michael Jackson fan, bro. I think he's got jams. Corey Feldman. Yeah, he was. They act like he wasn't screaming that shit, but he's like, yeah, for sure. Corey Feldman, it would have been a weird move for him to be like, or it would have been totally typical to be like, what'd you say? And then what? It's not my fault? Is that what you just fucking said to me?
Yeah.
What'd you mean by that, man?
Imagine he just Glenn Danzig like off stage and was just like, "Come here, everyone, fucking punch that guy."
Oh, I haven't seen Glenn Danzig did that.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that. I've only
What?
seen Glenn Danzig get knocked out. I saw that video.
I remember.
I've seen 2 videos of Glenn Danzig. I've seen like Old School Misfits, them playing live. I've seen a video, the music video from Mother, and I saw a video of Glenn Danzig getting like rocked.
Yeah,
Like
he was on the
rocked.
floor.
Yeah, he got like rocked, dude.
That guy super deserved it though. But there's a video of him like literally pointing out into the crowd at this guy who's like literally videotaping with his phone, and he's like, he just goes like this and like kind of shakes his finger like this, and he's like, "Everyone, get that motherfucker!" And then, like you just see this guy's fucking phone go black.
Oh, really?
Oh, dude, like you just see like a wave of people just.
I threw I threw a water bottle. Dude, you know what, man? I've been at a lot of shows lately, bigger shows, Have Heart. And I threw a fucking water bottle at some kid's phone. He was in front of me. And like, I'm standing behind him and I fucking can't see 60% of the stage because this kid is just filming. And I never do this kind of shit. But I took a water bottle and it was empty and I just like bounced it off his phone. Like clearly, like, and it was like from
Like,
where you
off.
are. Well, it was just like, yo, put it away, man.
Yeah.
Like, especially because I'm trying to make a better effort of being like at Sound and Fury, I left my phone in the car. I brought it in for the Have Heart night 1, but I was like the last chant and that was it. I was like, okay, I'll grab this, you know, because like I'm trying to be more present, you know, old school about it. Because like, what's really going on with those stories?
Yeah.
Like, yo, I'm here and you're not. Like, is that what this story is about? You know? And it's like, I'm not trying to do that. So, like, what's really the point? I told everybody that I'm going to Sound and Fury. Everybody knows I'm here. Like, it's almost better that you just imagine what it's like. Motherfucker should have got a ticket. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to show you what this is like in here. So, I've been trying to leave my phone places and, like, really enjoying the moment. So, if I go to the beach or something short of, like, the music, I'll just, like, leave the phone in the car. Use it for information, work shit, like sharing art, like I'll make a cut of this tonight, put it on the story. Yeah, I've been trying to do it. So when people are like, when I have to look at somebody else's phone after I'm making the effort, because it's addicting, dude, to take your phone. It's like I make the conscious decision, like, no, phone's going to stay here. And I leave it there. And then I'm just like watching somebody else's phone who's not mine. I'm like, motherfucker, you get water bottled, my brother.
Yeah.
You
like,
know?
are you here or are you not?
Yeah, for sure. And it's like, and I don't mean to be like crowd police at all, but motherfucker, like, this is Have Heart, man. Like, put down your phone.
That's definitely.
There's gonna be videos everywhere. Like, watch this shit, dude. This is history, brother. This is like one of the best hardcore bands of all time, and you're like worried about like the cred it's gonna get you. Like, be here. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie. Most of the time, I am in a. If I do go to a show, I'm like in a booth with Julian or some shit.
That's different.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not usually in the crowd enjoying it, you know. And it's like I'm right there. It's loud as fuck. I'm just kind of like, I'm a little older now, so
I realized how young I am.
I really like taking video of some shit because it's like, for me, like, I might not ever get to see these bands again.
For sure.
You know, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I forget shit every fucking day. I forgot plenty of bands I've seen over the years, and like, yeah, I have to kind of really remember. Like, I'll go through flyers from shit I've made over the years.
This was a Snapchat video. I could tell it was like Snapchat. Like, this was just like Snapchat and just letting the Snapchat story just roll. I would watch it 1, 2, and I was just like, yo, man, get that shit away from me.
Dink out.
Like, I don't.
I'll probably get a clip of like
know.
a really epic part of like, because I just seen Alexis on Fire.
Oh,
and
shit.
I got like a clip of like fucking Dallas Green bellowing and like doing something crazy.
Well, that's cool.
And then that was it. And
so exactly. But you spent the rest of the show like watching and being there, and not like, oh, who's gonna see this video and shit. And it's like, yo, man, like, I don't know. It's like we should be celebrating.
I always end up getting drunk and taking more videos though.
Yeah. See, I don't drink, so I'm a one video guy. I don't know. I'm trying to be now again. I'm not gonna act like this has always been my thing. Like, I've always been like,
you're trying to be more conscious of being a better
being present. Yeah, being present. I paid for the ticket, you know, and like that's why I thought it was even a cool move to like get the Have Heart art inside of the t-shirt and shit, which is gonna just like turn into another t-shirt in 2 years, you know, like the art I'll have forever. And as an artist, supporting artists, you know, you got to get that shit. Yeah. But yeah, man, I'm just trying to make the conscious decision, like what's really going on is like, if I would have taken a story at the end of the day, if I would have talked to myself down the rabbit hole of what it really meant for me to get the story, it would have been me taking the glory of Have Heart coming back and me trying to like get some like sort of like social rep from attending that, when really it should just be about me celebrating their revival because it's for me. If that makes fucking sense. No, you know what I'm saying?
It does. That's like a really passionate showman, like someone that goes to a show, you know?
Yeah.
And like, I'm not gonna lie, like there's a lot of times where I'm just like, I'm stuck on social media or like
for sure. Well, you're good at it. You're way better at it than I am. If you could like maybe make it a career if you wanted to, but I don't know if somebody wants that. That's a lot of social media.
No, someone would bring up an old tweet with me or something.
Oh yeah, you kind of like arguing too on the internet. Yeah.
Not as much anymore, but like.
Yeah, I haven't seen you do that in a while. But you know what, dude? If I'm on social media too much, you know what it feels like to me? It feels like being over nicotine. Like I've had too many cigarettes. Like if I'm like swiping between Instagram, Twitter, fucking Facebook, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, I'm like, like yo, like get this pack away from me. I've been smoking too much. That's what it feels like.
It does feel like that. It's overwhelming sometimes.
Yeah, it's just kind of like yo. Like,
I'll come back to this when this is done.
Yeah,
like sending me like fucking like sometimes like I'll post a picture and I'll be like, okay, cool.
Do you post and delete things? Like, do you think about it too much? You're like, nah, fools aren't gonna think this shit's funny.
Up all fucking night looking at the tattoo I did, and I'm just like,
what's with that line?
What the fuck?
See, that's exactly why you were like, watch, this fool Drew's about to start getting tattoos. I was like, check 1, 2. Never doing that, because I like that on digital. I could just be like, oh, let's just pull that line up a little more like we were supposed to. Let's pull this one out a little bit.
Then the risk factor gets involved, and you're like, it's like an adrenaline rush.
I surf for adrenaline rush and shit, dude. I don't need to. And I'm moshing again. I shouldn't be.
And I'm moshing again.
I am. I'm like full on moshing again.
I'm fucking terrified to mosh anymore, dude. I got a fake tooth in front. Haven't been to the dentist in a while. I'm just kind of like, is that cap gonna fall off? Something were to happen?
I got fake gums lined up, or not fake gums, but
some of us are a little bit more tougher than others.
For me, it's like, okay, here's the thing is like, I've been sober, and like sober, I fucking love being sober, but like when you're in a fucking theater full of people who like have made the decision to be sober, and someone goes on like, yo, straight edge kids, fuck everyone up, and you're like, that was for me, dog. I don't know. And nobody's hurting. There was no fights at Sound of Fury. Nobody's like,
really?
Yeah.
No fights.
Nobody is like hurting. There was one fool that looked like Machete, and he was fucking wilding out, dog. He was like swinging at people, and it was crazy, but that was the only fool. And it's all just like swing, but as soon as you hit somebody, it's like, oh my God, I'm sorry. It's like, bro, you were fucking swinging like, I don't know. You're swinging.
What did you think we were going to do, fool?
Yeah.
You're Zangiefing.
Dude, the only fucking thing that I got hurt is some dude was walking just like, like thick kids. Like not like fat or anything, but just big. Like a 6.
It's like a fucking whale, and it just kind of like pushes through.
A skinny Tongan dude is like, he's not like skinny. He's skinny, but he's still got some meat on him. I don't know. This 6'3" kid, it fucking hurts to talk about it because I think I have a bruised sternum, but his fucking head just went into my chest, and it felt like I took like a fucking tree like into my chest, and that was it. I got hit in the chin. I got all this kind of shit, but the only thing that really fucking hurts is my fucking sternum, dude. I can't do anything. But that's it, dude. And it's hype, dude. It's hype, and I'm going to go next year, and I'll probably mosh again. And
I've never been to a Sound and Fury.
Let's go next year.
I'm down.
You should.
Get tickets.
I think
if Heart doesn't play again, I will go.
It was just the fucking Have Heart thing. But dude, there's so many bands that I saw so many bands that I was like, I don't know who these are, who this guy or who this band is, and my homie would look at me and be like, you don't know who this band is? And I'd be like, no. And he'd be like, watch this shit. And then you're watching it, and bro, it brings you back to tribal shit, like seeing the heavy music, and you just like look to the right, and you're seeing kids swinging. You're like, oh, this is so hype. This is why this is the best music in the world. I forgot. It's so much fun to see kids wilding out like to the music and the fucking mosh calls. Let's see what you fucking got. And everybody's
spit this shit up.
Dude, do you like Incendiary?
Dude.
Incendiary headlined, and it was like with Power. Well, it was Power Trip headlined, and Incendiary played before, and Incendiary fucking turned off the lights and had this like fucking sound clip that said it's every New Yorker's God-given right to act like a piece of shit, and then like or some shit, and it was fucking crazy. It was like, you know what the fuck we are. It was fucking crazy, man.
Oh my god.
It was heavy, dude. It was a lot of fucking fun. Because if you go down, everybody's helping you up, and it's fun that it's dangerous. You know, it's like we lost touch with that. I used to tell people that I'm too old to mosh and stuff, but I mean, like, what does that mean? Like, I'm too old to mosh. Like, I'm too
old to express.
Yeah, like I'm too old to like feel the same energy. Like, what's like that 21-year-old kid is bigger than me. He's swinging as hard as fuck. Like, what? Because like I'm a little older. Fuck, I shaved my face, bro. Like, I'll be 23. I don't know. It's just the same shit. If you're in there and you're doing your thing and you're just expressing the energy that this music has made me feel, which I told you it traced back. I got throwdown records from when I was a fucking 5th grader. I mean, this is just something that's part of me. It'll always be part of me. I've never moshed to hurt people. I never will. But I can't act like, I don't know. I just like, I think it was an easy way out to be like, oh, I'm in mosh retirement. It's like, no, fool, like somewhere along the line, like, I don't know, like you just let that passion die a little bit. Like, you don't have to be too young to fucking enjoy bands. Like, there's kids who would, even if you wanted to, as a 28-year-old, are hurting people way harder than you ever could. You know what I'm saying? So you might as well just, I don't know. The second we stop living is the second we start dying. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not gonna stop going to shows and like stage diving, or like when the mosh calls happen, start pushing people back and shit, because fuck, man, that's part of me. And fuck, like, doing that thing this weekend, I fucking felt like
alive.
Yeah, I felt like me again, dude. And it was crazy, to the point where like I was sitting in bed looking at pictures of it and being like, damn, man, like, I can't believe this shit's over. And I haven't felt like that since I was a kid, dude. You know, and it's something that you think
it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's fucking epic. Well, it's something that all of us, like our friend group, our giant group, it's something that we all related on. Is like, we all, at some point, I mean, we all listen to like different bands and shit, but we do meet in the middle at like, we are all about the expression of energy during live bands, you know, whether it be something mellow like Circa Survive, or something all the way down to the other side like the shit Justin Moore's into, you know, super fucking violent, crazy shit. It's like
New Teeth.
Yeah, and you know what I get? Oh yeah, fucking heavy. Shout out, dude, I'm waiting for Justin Moore to come on. I fucking love that. I love that kid. It's you know, one thing that's cool about Justin Moore is like, he is getting older, but is still same old Justin Moore. Like, is still into the same music, has not like tried to conform it at all, because he's like getting older or something. And you know what? He'll probably be the way he is for fucking ever.
I seriously,
and I love that about him.
Like, opening my door and watching him walk in and be like,
yeah,
his hair just
yeah, it's fucking epic. And he's recently come into my life over the past 5 years. I always knew who he was, but we were just on opposite ends of the spectrum, just never. But we've been in talks lately, and I'm fucking can't wait to have him on. I want him and Rolly to come on and talk about teeth.
I haven't met Rolly yet.
Rolly is just like apparently just like a legendary dude in my scene, because
I know who he is, but
yeah, he produced Dangers, or he was in Dangers. He'd worked with Nuns with Guns, was like one of the fucking Modern Color. Well, even before that, like the Final Fight days and shit, he just had just seems like he had his hands on everything. So I would be honored to just like be able to just talk to him about it, be like, you remember when you did that Dangerous record? Yeah. Fuck, man, that was sick. You know, I'd probably act like a kook, but I mean, that guy is.
And you know what's funny is I've probably been in the same room as all of them a million times.
Yeah, you just
because of shows, and it's just like, it's so crazy to think like, we're all connected through this crazy thing, and it's like, everyone has like the utmost respect for each other.
Yeah,
and it's like. It's really fucking cool when you start to like really break it down, and like you see like how far shit has gone, and it's like there's so much fucking history right now.
Yeah,
and it's hard to ignore as the years go on, because it becomes more and more historic as time goes on. And it's like, dude. And this is exactly what our fucking parents did.
Yeah.
But they didn't have podcasts. Or
Yeah.
else they would be doing this.
Yeah.
I'm almost sure.
Yeah.
You know what
For
I'm
sure.
saying?
Well, that's what's so fun about this podcast in particular is like, especially why I'm so honored to bring each individual guest up is because we all come from different walks of life, you know, but it's like something that you've been through is different than I have my next guest, Tina Vo on Wednesday, and she's been running. I grew up with her in El Segundo. But she's kind of from a different end of the friend spectrum, you know, and we know people, but her experiences in life are going to be entirely different than yours. And then as you know, it's important to sit back and reflect. This is the digital fucking campfire that we as animals used to come back to in our village to sit and catch up and talk about times. And we don't really get to do that anymore because everything's a fucking dude. I just realized that I didn't have your phone number 4 days ago, but how often do we talk to each other on the internet?
I've had your phone number for like ever.
It's never changed.
Then I've had it since I've had it. Like
Okay.
Back when we were partying.
Okay, but
like, am I at the right house?
Yeah. Oh my god. So mine's never. Has yours changed?
Nope.
Oh well, my bad, dude. That's on me. Well, I've gotten a new phone since.
I figured.
But that's exactly it. Is like I would say, like if somebody's like, "Yo, how's your relationship with that?" I would say, "Oh, it's really good." Well, how's it good? Like, yeah. Well, he posts his art, and I tell him how proud I am of him and how much I appreciate seeing his art, and like that's it.
Oh,
it's
shit,
like,
I have not seen that fool in forever.
yeah, it's like, oh shit, like I've never really asked that fool like how he's doing or like what his day's going, you know. And we just because of the hustle and bustle and like the climate of just how we live our lives today is just it's faster than what we can afford, and this puts us in a situation to isolate ourselves from all the fucking noise.
It's digital affection.
Yeah.
And everyone is just into it because it feels like drugs.
Yeah, but this feels good, dude. This feels good, and like this was a lot of fun to come and have you chill. And man, like we're almost done here. I almost had 2 hours already, but I can't wait for you to come back on. And
dude, of course,
you're gonna keep fucking murdering the fucking tattoo
unless something
game.
terrible happens to my hands. Yeah, that's the plan.
Let's give you a quick little shout out before you get out of here, everybody. This is motherfucking Ed Brescia, Ed across the street on Instagram. For tattoo appointments and information, do Ed across the Gmail, which is clever.
At Gmail.
I appreciate that. And for funny shit on Twitter that gets put up like once a week, go follow him on Twitter.
It's just Ed across the ST.
And then I saw that your followers on Facebook, I guess you're not very opposed to Facebook followers either, huh? That's what like you have a lot of Facebook friends.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's mostly comics and stuff.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, this is Ed. Ed, I appreciate you coming on, man.
And thank you for having me.
Yeah, always, dude. And let's make sure that we do this shit as soon as possible. Again, Wednesday I'll be here with Tina Vo. She'll be here. She's a fucking real estate agent and a hairdresser and a fucking I think she's Captain Marvel. I don't know. She does a fucking million things. So we'll be back then. Yo, peace out. Thanks for coming, Ed.
Bye, guys.
Fuck yeah, homie.
See.